Hello, everyone. This is Crusade, and welcome back to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. Today, we are going to start working on some LV machines, and also we might take a look at some logistics pipes. Just for context with this pack, logistics pipes is typically frowned upon using it on a large scale, only because there is quite a bit of lag when you do use it. I'm on a machine that can probably run this pack the best it possibly can be ran at right now, because I have a very, 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 very strong CPU. I do have a 9800 X3D, so I don't think I'm going to be too concerned about the lag on here. And worst comes to worst, like if it really gets out of control, we just transition over to applied energistics later. I don't think it will be that much of an issue. So applied energistics, I believe, is available at EV, if I'm not mistaken. But we can get logistics pipes now, and that's with the basic automation quest, and it's relatively simple, just iron rods, glass panes, and that's how you get your item transport pipes, which are super cheap. And then junctions will probably require some chips and stuff. But anyways, we are currently waiting for the last piece of steel to smelt up for this ginormous recipe that we're going to be putting through here. I basically took everything for the assembling machine, and I've been working at it for the last several hours to get it to a spot where we can finally autocraft it. I did not want to do that by hand. And that's what that NEI autocraft is there for. It actually helps a lot with just knowing what resources you need and making sure everything is available. So it's kind of awesome. But we got just under another minute on that ingot left. I also worked on some of the flooring off camera. So I basically went mining. I grabbed a ton of our marble that we definitely will be using. And I just placed it down, tried to expand this out a bit. I actually have thought about sectioning off some of these into like rooms that are enclosed. Just to kind of break up the space a little bit, because I don't want it to feel like it's just wide open. The other thing is that I'm not too happy about those shadows that are up there. So whatever block that we use for the ceiling is going to have are going to be getting the glow treatment from here, from the saw bench. But here is the last steel ingot, and we should have everything. All right, it says we have everything. This is a very large recipe, so let's make sure our inventory is as clear as possible. I don't know how much space inside the inventory is going to use, so that's why I just want to clear out everything. And here goes nothing. I don't even know if this is going to work with this chest here, but it'll be interesting. Oh, it did! There you go. That was cool to watch. Here we go, basic assembly machine. And we did not get a trophy, but that's unfortunate, or not unfortunate, but whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to place it, this takes LV, so 32 voltage in, and this is a basic steam turbine, which does 32 out. So if we place that there, this should theoretically be getting power now. I'm honestly not sure. All right, so there's fluid capacity, there's a power slot, ghost circuit slot, storage slot, unused in this machine. And yeah, so now we got access to 4,400 recipes, which is just insane. But what this does is it allows us to make a lot of more things easier. So say if we need to make a circuit, if I'm not mistaken, the basic circuit, one of these bad boys, I don't think we need a regular assembler. I think we can do it in a regular assembler, if I'm not mistaken. Although I think I am wrong on that one. I think you need a circuit assembler. So I should probably made the circuit assembler first. But that's going to actually be the next machine that we make, is the circuit assembler. These things are like pretty nice to have though. So yeah, so I think that's going to be the first thing that we're going to look at, is some of the recipes that we're going to need to make later, or that we're going to need to make now. In fact, did we get any quests for that? LV. No, we didn't get any quests here for that, which is interesting. It was a pretty big machine. Yeah, wire mill will definitely be the next one that we want to make. So we need some LV motors, some electronic circuits, tin cable, and an LV case, which is not too difficult to get. So I'm going to grab some resources for that wire mill, and we'll be back. Okay, so I did end up getting everything to craft it, and what I did was I created a Obsidianite file just to see if that would make things a little bit cheaper to stop having to make files every 2 seconds. So here's the wire mill. We should be able to just press Shift C on this. Oh, it's so satisfying to watch that. And we got a basic wire mill. Okay, so we're going to take this assembler out for now, and then we're going to throw this wire mill down. So our next recipe, whatever we make, we can just skip the step for creating wires, because we're going to need a lot of wires. So it is connected into there, just not one directional. Wait, input disabled. Okay, I'm not sure why it's saying that. It shouldn't. Okay, so what next? Quest book should be LV tier, and we got a loot bag for that. I don't want to do the aluminum tank. We'll start the MV stuff a little bit later. I still have the Mika task, which I can just grab at any point, so not worry about that. I'm surprised this one hasn't gone yet, because we've crafted quite a few of them. Cobalt brass. So this is going to be kind of where the big processing chain starts. Molten redstone. I think this is going to be the next thing that we need. So we're going to need an electric piston, and then we can get whatever this one is. So this looks like we can melt some stuff down, which we're going to need for the soldering station, or the circuit assembler. So then that will basically give us a bit more of flexibility for producing things. Yeah, there's a lot of different quests here that we can do. It's just a matter of figuring out what we want to do. But I think we're going to go for this, and then we can go for the circuit assembler, because those would be pretty two big things. Oh, and also this saving metal. So I guess we need to do this quest first, which is just an electric piston. And we should have pretty much close to everything ready for this, because we already crafted it, right? Some motor. Didn't I craft it in that last recipe? Not this one. This one. Yeah, we crafted it. Electric piston. Not sure why it doesn't just I don't know why it doesn't just take it. Be nice. All right, so we don't need oak planks, we don't need sticks, we don't need a hammer, we don't need wire, so anything that makes wire now, that recipe is still fine, but everything else needs to be made. So we need 12 steel, 4 redstone. Like, look how much more simple this recipe is now. Makes it a lot easier for us. So now I'm assuming that we can just throw ingots in here. We don't need wire. Well, actually, copper wire. So you need a program circuit still. To make one of these, you need an electronic circuit. And we're just going to do Shift A on you to add you to NEI. All right, so we got quite a few things missing here. I want to keep all these tools in here because it makes it a lot easier. So we need 22 copper plates, 7 red alloy ingots. We need some resin, steel, rubber. Actually, we should pretty much have everything. Copper plates. How many we need? 14 more. There should be some over here. We need rubber. 7 red alloy, which we do not have. So we need that much. That should be 7. And then we need to do this. So the easiest way to just get the right ratios for things, not have to really think about it. So I can just throw all those in there. So that will be going. I think we should have pretty much everything. Oh, resin should be 4 in here. Thank you. We're going to sleep. Because when I just heard something. Okay, throw that in here. We still need 2 tubes. Should be 2 down here. Made a couple extra. It's probably just the machine. 6 steel and 2 cold dust. So 2 cold dust and 6 steel. And we just need the alloy, the red alloy ingots, which is right here. And if we press Shift C. Sorry about that in the background. My door's open today. And when you live in a city, that's pretty much what you get. All right, so we throw that in here. We get a program circuit. And I can use a screwdriver to tune it. So I think we need it to set to 1, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Sorry about that. I decided that I didn't want to listen to all of that. So I programmed the circuit. You just tune that by using a screwdriver on it. And if we throw that in, we should get 2. Sweet. How are we looking on Steam? Okay, it does slam it pretty hard. Which is fine. But look how fast this is. Nice and efficient. Okay, so we got those. We can throw that in here. We need 3 iron and 3 redstone, or 4 redstone. So there's 1 redstone. We get 3 more. 3 iron. I'm just gonna grab a couple more. So this needs 4 redstone. And this needs 3 iron. And 12 steel. So it should have everything. Yep. Cool. So we can come here. And we should have the electric piston. So we'll claim that. And that's going to allow us to make several things here. Whoops. I probably made that assembler a little bit too quick, because this is the assembler here. That's unfortunate. I should probably read the book. A plate bending machine. 7:3 ratio of ingots to plates. This machine allows for 1-to-1. So this is actually kind of huge for us. So this is going to be probably the next machine that we work on. So yeah, let me grab the resources for that, and I'll be back. Alrighty, so I did finally get some more steel going, which I do need to reload this with more coal. It is just been it's been a really bad thing that I have not just been cooking steel the entire time. I really just need to get an EBF online. Once we get an EBF, I think we'll be a bit in a better shape. To support that, obviously we got to beef up some power, but that's for me to do off camera. I'm not going to do that on camera. But anyways, I did get more steel, so we have the plate bending machine that we can craft. So 1, 2, 3, and go. All right. I just like watching that go. It looks really cool. I do need this wrench because we are going to move this basic assembling machine again. We're going to put that there and you here. So none of these should blow up because this is all LV. And, oh, we need wire cutters. Luckily, that fell in our inventory. I like the little sound it makes. It sounds like the click from Wii or Nintendo Switch. That's what it's from, not Wii. For now, I think the alignment of these are fine. I am going to push it probably. Well, I think I might leave it like this because what we can do is run this steam pipe down behind underneath of the machines. And then it allows us to put the steam into the turbine without having to really do anything too complex. I think I'm fine with that. These are out too far and in the walkway, so these will actually end up not being in the walkway because I want this to be like all flat, and this is just super annoying that it's out here. But since we have the plate bending machine, I'm pretty sure that is going to allow us to decom this steam forge hammer. Since this is a 3-to-2 ratio and this is 1-to-1, this thing is just obsolete now, so we can get rid of it. Oh, thank God. It's about time. So we're gonna clean this up, and for some reason the wrench is just faster. Okay, that's interesting. So we'll place that there, and I want to get this going. I know I'm burning. It's okay. And now we have 1-to-1 plates, which is fantastic. I do need to get a chest for the top of this, but eventually we'll replace all these, and it'll just be a nice little line going down, and we won't even see the steam pipe. So one thing to note when you're using tin cable is that it loses 1 EU per block that it travels. So this should be 32 here, so that should be fine going into here. That should be 31 going into here. This should be 29. So it's pretty much just paying attention to what the EU recipes say. So if they say like 1 EU per tick, like we could put this at the total end and be perfectly fine. But a plate bending recipe could be 4 EU tick, and we would just have to make sure that that cable supports that with no other machines running, because this is only 1 amp. We could get away with having a steam turbine on the backs of every single machine. The only thing is that it would definitely cost a bit more to do that. So this is just more cost efficient up front. We don't need to do on all machines just yet, so I think we're fine to leave it like this. So let's take a look at the quest book, because I know we just did get a quest for that. Where are you? Right here. Okay, we'll claim that. And also, sorry if you hear stuff in the background. I got my washer, my dishwasher, and my dryer going at the same time. Okay. Why waste a full ingot to make a rod by using a tool which loses durability and takes even more ingots? With this little device, all your rod needs shall be fulfilled. For now, at least. The MV extruder is the next step for rods. Okay. I don't think we need a lathe just yet, but let's clean this bag. A copper to iron chest upgrade, and a bacon mushroom burger, which we don't need. We don't need the burgers. Okay. The next thing that we're gonna want to do is probably let's see here. I want to say this quest, but also this one because this is gonna give us one step closer to getting the power junction. So my goal is to get us into a spot where we can go into logistics pipes. And the first thing that you need is the logistics power junction. And for that, you need some molten soldering alloy, which is created by melting some soldering alloy. And even further, that's made in a mixer with tin and antimony. Which we don't have a mixer yet, so we're going to need to create a mixer as well. So, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff going here. Let's see here. So there's a bunch of machines that we can craft. I mean, that's like basically what LV is. It's the introduction to all the machines, all the things. So I think the robot arm is going to be what we're going to want to do next. And then do the assembler and see what else that unlocks for us. There is an LV extruder. Tier of boat, make rubber sheets more efficiently. I mean, I guess we can make that at some point, but seems like it's not so important. But this basic fluid extractor, this is a big one. We don't need a robot arm for this one. So I'm gonna grab more resources for another machine, and we'll be back. Alrighty, so I have been working quite a bit on getting us a next pretty big leap in resources. So for right now, I've been working on getting a bunch of integrated circuits, or the not integrated circuits, but the electronic circuits, because we have really had a big need for them. Oh, this is a lot of circuits. Alright, so it kind of just shows you like the different circuits at every tier. Why can't I see outwards? How do you... So control, shift, something? You can't see out the other way. Okay, well, whatever. But yeah, so what I did want to say, though, is the biggest thing that is holding us back right now is this steel production. Oh, and you can see my tests for how I want to do this guy. I am leaning towards the light, this light. But the issue is that when you have that, it's going to be like super, super, super bright. So I did think about possibly like doing like light blue or just doing purple. It's been kind of my thought process with these. So there's a cyan, a light blue. So this one would like emulate the sky. It looks pretty nice, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards the amethyst more. Just because the amethyst blends with this purple a bit, makes it look pretty nice. I would just need to grab a ton of it, and it's not super readily available, not at least yet. But yeah, so I'm working up getting a bunch of circuits, waiting for the steel to process. And I am actually planning what I am going to do next, which is possibly visiting getting benzene online. And what I mean by doing that is getting an indoor tree farm. So we would use the IC2 crops, which we're going to have to keep an eye on because 2.9 update is going to replace those IC2 crops. I believe IC2 in general is getting replaced, if I'm not mistaken, which is kind of insane, but I get it. When you're trying to update a mod pack this old, you need the mods to be getting updated or get features and stuff like that. But at like this far out from a release, you don't typically get that. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna probably place it in the back over here because that's what these two pads were gonna be for. And honestly, it might even go over to here and replace this one too, just depending on what we need to do. I think I want to do it like that, just because I think it's going to be a lot easier just to manage. It's all in one spot, and plus, we still have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like all these chunks. Like these can all be part of this base just because we can just mine them out. Like it's not super difficult. And worst comes to worst, we just build outwards as we're going. I don't think we're going to need to do so because we should have hopefully made some pretty big progress by then. And then once we get to the Void World, I think we might look at doing like a legitimate, like pretty big base, something that's like massive and has hallways and different areas for different processes. I do want to make a really, really, really large base, something that's, I don't know, just not normal. I don't know. It's just got my hopes and ambitions for this pack, but honestly, I don't know what is fully to come yet. I mean, if I can get a Stargate, I'd be fantastic. I'd be very happy. But we're very far away from that. Hey guys, it's right around the corner. It's only 2 crafts away. No, I'm joking. Only if it was that easy though. But I'm gonna keep working at these circuits. We only need 3 more pieces of steel, so that's gonna be about 12 minutes, and I'll be back. And I think I finally settled on what we're gonna do. I think I like that hex plate a lot. I think it looks really cool, and it's kind of dark, so it doesn't like look too like insane. I think the only thing that's gonna look weird is like when you go away from it, the little glow feature dims a bit, but I don't know, man. I think that looks pretty cool still. It'd just be a little bit annoying when you're walking around, you'll see that, but and it's pretty cheap. It's only some coal and some stone, so I did try making it into glow, but the actual glowing part of itself won't work like that. So I haven't decided how we're going to divvy everything up. Maybe we'll just do the entire sky with that. And then once we get to the next base, like we'll definitely go a bit more crazy with designing that out a bit more. I thought this would be a kind of cool tribute to my TPPI world. And a lot of old mod packs I used to play, because this is the exact build style I used to do. So it makes me feel quite at home just like seeing this again. But yeah, so we are getting close to getting this done. Any second now. Thank you. Oh, and I did have something to show while we are waiting. There should be 2 plates left. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Bye-bye. Don't want to see that again. I did expand out the rubber farm quite a bit. Oh, look. Some mob grief here. I did expand out the rubber farm quite a bit, mainly because it was lacking. It was not producing us nearly enough rubber that we needed. In fact, I do have a plan to replace that at some point in the future. So there is an IC2 crop that you can do. I know we just talked about it again, deprecated, but there is a IC2 crop that you can use to get rubber. So I think it might be the best way to go. But first, we need to get an oak bonsai tree before we can really do too much. Alrighty, so we do have everything, finally. It took a little bit, but here we go. This is gonna be a really, really big craft. Nice. So we got 16 of those now. So one thing I did notice is that like kind of need some more chests, hoppers, all that. So if we take one of these and use it with a screwdriver, whoops, and we set this to 8, we can throw that into here and just throw that in there. It should be able to make us chests without having to need any flint or logs now. It's a lot cheaper. It is a horrible sounding machine, but yeah, so a chest takes about 40 seconds to craft, so not too bad given that you're saving a bit of resources. And it is slamming our Steam, so there's that. But yeah, so we've made a pretty big milestone with getting all those circuits. I know a milestone just from crafting items, but you need those circuits for like all these machines. Like even this one requires one. Pretty sure you need to set to 1. Whoops. You need it first, and then you can set it. So like this one has to be set to 1. Yeah. We're just gonna leave them in there. So now we got that. We need some plates. So iron plates. We'll just grab like, I don't know, 20 iron. Just throw that in there real quick. We need to wait for this to finish because this should fail if I start throwing it in here. But that's going to be one of the next things that we do is get batteries online, because if we can throw batteries in all these, then you really only have to worry about once the battery drains if you have multiple machines. For basic items and stuff like that, it will drain the battery 9 out of 10 times. So it's still probably better to get more of a buffer going sooner than later. But this is still pretty cool. Makes it a lot easier for us. And once this comes here, oops. Alright, so that's done crafting, so we can make our little plates real quick. And if we just do that with 5 of these plates, this is pretty quick. A lot faster than our old machine that we had. And speaking of which, that is the plan, is to replace all of these with the LV equivalents. So that way we can get off of direct steam powered machines, except for this macerator or grinder. That big grinder is going to stay a normal machine for now. But this is already almost done. Any second now. Jeez. I like the sound of this plate bending machine. It's very satisfying. Nothing too crazy. And the last recipe. So I can throw these in here. And would you look at that? We got hoppers going. And just for context, that saves you the file and the hammer. An iron gear, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more iron. So that's 8 more iron just for that. So you're saving 8 iron plus the tools and extra planks by just using an assembler. So if you can build it in an assembler, it's probably safe to build it in the assembler. What I am going to do real quick is just try to get this semi-ready. There we go. And now if I just throw a chest here, it should be good to go. But yeah, so I think we're going to try to go for another machine here. The next machine that I wanted to get is molten redstone. This is the one I wanted to go for, was the basic fluid extractor. So if we come over here, and then do this and Shift A, then we are going to remove anything that has wire, so like that can go. Whoops. entire recipe needs to be brought in again. So like that can go. Wait, why did the resistor go? I'm so confused. Let's do this. So let's go from the bottom. So I don't need wood, don't need sticks, don't need plates. Those still could be crafted. You don't need hammer, don't need wire. Whoops. Don't need wire, don't need a wire cutter. Don't need steel plates. Steel casing, sure. Vacuum tubes, yeah. Resistor, yeah. Tin wire, no. Yeah, that looks good. So then after you do that, you can get your full, like, what you need. Like, it's super nice because now you just get, like, all the little base things that you need for it. You don't need to go crazy, like, hunting down tons of resources and stuff. So, like, this needs one right iron plate. It looks like one tin plate, a copper plate, couple tin, iron, some steel, glass, redstone, and rubber. So really not too bad. So let me grab all of that and then we'll make this machine. Okay, so I do now have everything to craft. So we will get a basic fluid extractor. Shift C. There we go. The pump did not craft, unfortunately. I am going to report that as a bug, because it is a little bit annoying, because technically you are crafting it through that recipe. Unfortunate. We'll still need another one for another block, I'm sure. So let's rotate this. And you are a fluid extractor. We still need some tin cable here. I don't think I have any more tin cable. I think we might have used the last of it. Oh, we have tin wire. It's quite easy. Just throw that in there. And the wire cutter. You're going to go like that. And now we have some fluids. Okay. So... about fluids. So we need a canner next to this because of the fact that you actually can't just pull directly from it, from my understanding. So we'll take this. We'll take the empty cells so we don't have to craft them. That's fine. So now we need a basic fluid solidifier or a canner. No, that's not it. I'm looking for the canner. Basic compressor. Am I missing something here? Oh, you know what? We probably need this pump one. Dang, that's kind of annoying. Let me go and take a look to see if I can correct this, because we did actually craft it. Okay, so now we have some more items. This time we're going to craft the LV pump. I was going to just go in and unlock the what do you call it? The task just manually, but I don't want to do that. I'm not going to let a bug get me down. So, yeah. I probably should have just done that, but it's okay. Okay, so there's a chemical bath, filling the worlds with fluids. There's a floodgate. We're not going to do a floodgate. Basic extractor. That would be pretty good to replace the one that we have now. What am I? Steam valve, LV. Okay, I'm not sure what we're gonna use that for. Basic brewery. which we don't need yet. So is the fluid canner not over here? I think I'm just lost. Yeah, I think I'm lost. Because I think I've unlocked it now. At least somewhere over here. Okay, well, we didn't get anything good. Hey, diesel! No, I'm kidding. Well, diesel is pretty useful, but we don't need it just yet. So we do need a fluid canner. Basic fluid canner. So we need one of these guys here. So let's see. So if we just do favorite that, let's just see that we shouldn't be really missing too much here. Don't need planks, don't need sticks, plates. Okay. Don't need hammer, wire cutter, plates, wire. Just pretty much clearing out everything. Oh, we're really not too far off. We're missing 2 wrought iron plates and 9 steel. The steel is going to take a little bit, but we got the wrought iron. I know that. Wrought iron's right here. Okay, so I am back, and I am still waiting on a little bit more steel to finish up. We're just about there. So I did turn in some more quests off camera. So I turned in a macerator, which I actually got from an LV bag. And then I also got a bunch of electric pumps from one of the quests. So, or electric or LV bags. So, yeah, kind of clutch there. So we're just waiting up for the last item to complete everything that we wanted this episode. Wait for it. I think we just need literally this one more, right? Yeah, it's 7 steel. Any second now. Come on. Oh, it's at 95%. We had 10 more seconds. We're going to be doing that for 10 more seconds. That would have been a little bit weird. There we go. And now we can throw that in here, which should go pretty quickly. Got a lot of stuff in my inventory. Oh, jeez. Yeah, 17 electric pumps. That makes the things a lot easier. Okay, and we should be able to craft this. Yep. So let's go. And there's the basic fluid canner. So we can put you right there. And you are... so what we need to do is now wrench this. I believe we need to do that. Output facing east. And then... I think we shift right click it. I think that's how we do it. Yeah. I'll have to play with that off camera, but we have a fluid canner now, which we will have to drop and re-pick up after we complete this little quest line here because it is locked behind here. But other than that, I think that should cover everything for today's episode. So we did get quite a bit of a few machines here. I'll place this down just so we have a nice little panel of machines. So we got 6 machines here, which I'm really not going to complain about. So thank you guys for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a comment, like, and subscribe. I am going to be bringing back some more streams soon. I think we might play a little bit of League of Legends on stream if I need a break from this mod pack. But overall, I've been playing a lot of this and really making some progress. I think off camera, I'm going to try to get a lot of these large hex plates done, get a lot more steel going, get the ceiling done because this is still not pretty, and really try to push further for some logistics pipes in next episode. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.